Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with David. What's up, David?
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing, bro?
Doing pretty good.
All right, so we got someone new on the show for the anniversary, the second edition. Okay, so I want to ask you some questions. How long have you watched Doctor Who?
I'll admit, well, I was 7, so it was 97. Dang, it's been a long time. It's 2018 now. Jeez. Yeah, I'm 28 now, so yeah. Wow.
Okay, so like what was your first do you remember your first episode?
I think the first one was a John Pertwee story. I think it was Terror of the Autons, actually, the first appearance of the Master.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So is John Pertwee one of your favorite Doctor because it was your first, or?
He's up there. I'd say him, Sylvester McCoy, and Tom Baker, honestly.
Okay. And what do you like about Sylvester McCoy?
Well, I like because he's more alien. I feel like the Doctor should have alien qualities to him. You know, he shouldn't act too human. You know, his personality.
Yeah. And what was your favorite episodes with Sylvester McCoy?
You know, it's funny. There are moments I actually like. Time in the Ronnie. I know it's a hated episode, though. Right. I know a lot of people don't like it.
I have to ask you. Please tell me you like the Candyman.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Okay, because that's like the running gag. Like I started. I love the Candyman. We always talk about bring back the Candyman, bring back the Candyman. It's hysterical. But okay, so what do you think about Battlefield? Did you like that episode with the Brigadier?
Oh, that was awesome. That was one of my favorites. Actually.
That is one of my favorites. So, Remembrance of the Daleks. Did you like that too?
I love that one. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, did you like the final Doctor Who episode until it was canceled? The Survival.
That was pretty good.
You liked it? I wasn't a fan of that one, but
yeah,
I mean, I could watch it, but I wasn't one of my favorites.
Yeah,
and it sucks because like they ended it, and it's like got canceled, and it was off the air for a long time. Now, I think so. You're 28, so when Doctor Who came back, you were like very young.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Paul McGann?
Yeah, I saw the TV movie. It was on the Sci-Fi Channel back in 2002, I believe.
Okay, you saw it then. Okay. Did you like him or?
Yeah, I like him. He's more human like Peter Davison, but I still liked him, you know.
Yeah. So now what, have you seen every Doctor there is so far?
Yeah, so far, yeah.
Okay. Are you a regular viewer of the new Who? Have you seen like all the episodes in order? Like, when it started, came back in 2005?
Yeah, I liked it at first, the new stuff, but once I think Moffat's second season or third, that's when I really started not to like.
When Moffat took over as showrunner?
Yeah.
So in other words, with Matt Smith, you started falling off?
Yeah, I like Matt. Well, I do like him as the Doctor a lot because he's.
But you don't like Moffat, right?
Moffat, that's the problem. If it was
but you liked Moffat when he was under Russell T Davies, right?
Yeah.
Like when he was just a writer, and it was like because there's a lot of good stuff from that, like Blink and The Quiet Place and The Empty Child, Dr. Dances. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I loved. And then when he got his own, when he was the boss, it was like I was always worried, like nobody could tell him what to do, and that's when it wasn't as good because
then it was like the anti-male stuff too that he was doing, like the Time Lord General. Oh, as a man, I had too much ego. I did with Capaldi. I didn't like that crap, you know.
Yeah, they kind of forced the agenda, right? They were kind of force feeding us the female Doctor, maybe, like a little too, over years, like with Clara saying, "You could be Queen of Gallifrey." He's like, "I could." And I'm like, what's that? Yeah. All right, so did you like him? You don't like Capaldi? You did.
Yeah, I did like Peter Capaldi, actually.
Was there any Doctor that you didn't like? Or you liked, or maybe that's a wrong question. What's your least favorite?
I guess if I had to do a least favorite, it was a tough one. Man, I mean, I really like the old. I can't say from the old stuff I don't like it.
I'm asking you. Hey, I'm saying like the Doctor you would watch less than all the other ones.
I guess. Oh man, that's such a good question. I'm trying to think. Like, I really like the first 7.
I mean, it doesn't have to be an answer. It could be that you like them all. There's not a Doctor that you like. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
there's no pressure. There's never any pressure on this cast. I want everybody to have fun, and it's not like you go to school and you have to take that test and you have to. Oh my God, you asked me that question. Oh no. Listen, you relax. You know, if you can, I can rephrase the question. Okay, so what stayed in your mind when you first watched Doctor Who? Like, what villains did you really like in John Pertwee's or any of the Doctors ever?
The Master, Dalek, Cyberman. I even liked what were they called? Of course, like the Sea Devils, the Silurians, the original design, not the Moffat, altered.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, I like them a lot better than the new.
Yeah, I was kind of what was it, the Hungry Earth, right? And it was the other one. It wasn't like my favorite two-parter, and I know it wasn't, but I understand they killed Rory at the end, and it's like, and then he went through the cracks, whatever. But it wasn't my favorite because I kind of thought it was like my, kind of dull after a while with certain things. But I'm glad that they brought him in. But I think the best thing from it is Madame Vastra. I love her. She's my favorite, like one of my favorite characters too. So I think she's phenomenal. Now, what companions were your favorites from? Oh wait, let me go back. What about villains from New Who?
Yeah, okay. How about I'll do villains and then I'll do companions after. So villains from New Who, I kind of liked. What was it? Well, I know which ones I liked.
What about Weeping Angels?
The Reapers too. Weeping Angels, the Reapers.
Okay.
From the David Tennant, I think it was the school reunion or whatever.
Okay.
Or it was no other.
Yeah. Okay. Reavers or Reaper. Okay. Reaper. Yeah. From school reunion with Sarah Jane Smith, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That was cool. What about? I'll name some guys. What about Weeping Angels?
Yeah. I like them.
What about the Cybermen? You said you liked, right?
Yeah, I like more the classic designs of them better than the newer designs of them. Honestly, though, the old school, like 80s, 70s.
Did you like David Tennant as a Doctor?
Yeah, I liked him. He again was a more human Doctor at first, but then he started to be more alien towards the end.
Did you like the whole thing with the end of time, like the two-parter?
It was a little over dramatic. I felt like with kind of his end moments, like it was like this whole thing. They just like kept making it to where he's like he kept waiting for his regeneration. Like it was a little bit long, but that's okay.
He was holding out, right? And he was doing all those things. What about for David Tennant's time? Like, what was your favorite companion with him? Like, was there any stories that really stood out? I mean, did you like when the Master came back in Utopia? Yeah,
I liked that. Yeah, with I like the Master's return.
Derek Jacobi, and then it was John Sim.
Yeah, John Sim's pretty good.
Now, do you like Missy?
She's okay. I mean, I'll admit she's not much. I don't like her as much.
But you liked it when John Sim came back, right? When he came back in the last. You liked it,
but I'm not as big a fan of her. Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's fine. Now, your favorite Master was Roger Delgado, right?
Delgado and Ainley. I think they're my two.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up on them. Yeah. So, what companions come to mind that had a lasting impression?
I would say Ace. Rose is pretty good. Tegan. I even like Turlo. He was interesting because he always kept trying to kill the Doctor with the Black Guardian.
Yeah, he was interesting. A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Clara? Are you like a Clara hater, or Clara? Or you don't like Clara, or you're Clara?
I don't hate her. I don't hate her.
Did you like Clara better with Matt Smith, or did you like her better with Capaldi?
Probably with Matt Smith.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At some point in time, Moffat just changed her.
And I love the Romanas. Both Romanas, I really like them.
Yeah.
They were good. And then I even kind of liked Adric. I know a lot of people hated him.
I joke around, we're all Adric because his DNA created the human race. So it's like, all right. Okay, so now, what about the last season that you really loved?
That's a good question. I would say the acting from Capaldi, for sure.
Okay.
I felt like he really came into his own like his last two seasons.
Now, this is going to be a two-part question.
Yeah.
First part, what was your first reaction to Jodie Whittaker? And the second part is, now that time has passed, what's your new reaction? Because I think this is an important question, because my initial reaction, I purely was pissed and hated it. But as time went on and people had shown me stuff she's done and I researched it, I accept her as a doctor, obviously, but it took a lot. Now, and hundreds of casts, I guess. But so what was your initial reaction to Jodie Whittaker?
Well, when I first saw her, I was like, really, that's her? She doesn't give me that, when I first saw her, I was like, wow, she's not alien enough looking, she doesn't have that weirdness to her, just in the face and the eyes.
I mean, it was very quick. She's like, oh, brilliant, and then it was over. It's like, we don't have that much time to judge it, but I mean, did you expect them to make her have a little more than like 2 words, or no?
Yeah. I don't know. Just something about her eyes just isn't mysterious or just, alien to her. I don't know. That's what kind of just put me down.
Now, I know some people were bothered by Twice Upon a Time. Did you like it, or did you felt it was like pushing or forcing us into the female doctor? Because they kind of changed the first Doctor around completely different from what he was.
I didn't like the sexism stuff he was saying. He was
never like that. He never drank. It was like all weird. But okay. What do you so your reaction now to Jodie is what?
It's half and half. I mean, I feel like I'll give her a chance.
Yeah.
But if the first few episodes are like man-hating or saying, "Oh, I'm so happy being a female body," rather than
mansplaining or different, just anything that the men are stupid or or they have like constant women villains, and it's like, well, when they have the men villains, they're really stupid. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give it a chance. I'll watch like the first 5 episodes, see how it's going. And
now we heard Chris Chibnall wants to make it more educational, like it was a children's program when it first came out. And after a couple of years, they changed the model of it because they felt to change with the times and different things. Are you worried about Chris Chibnall turning it into like where in a way she's like a teacher taking her students, looking throughout history? Like you're worried that maybe they're turning it into something else?
Yeah, a little bit. And, he kind of, I actually didn't think Pip and Jane Baker were that bad of writers, but he kind of like just said they were, like, I saw him in an interview and he really like said they were really bad or something. It's like, wow. I didn't think they were bad. Chibnall was saying that.
I know he's not a fan of the Doctor running with the companions through hallways. For whatever reason, like he don't like to see, you don't want to do scenes like that or whatever it was like. Do you think, honestly, that that's a ruse, that it is going to be like classic Doctor Who again? Like when he does it, we can have like, companions. It's not going to be educational. Yeah.
I don't know. I know a lot of people that I have, I have another guy who does great Doctor Who reviews, Alan Kalo. He's like over the whole, because of what Moffat's done, he's like, I'm done with Doctor Who. I think the Doctor should be a male. There shouldn't be this whole sex change thing,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's how Neil Gaiman introduced the Doctor's wife, that the Time Lord had the Corsair that was the one Time Lord, mind you, the one Time Lord that changed sex. And they basically said the one Time Lord out of billions of years of history won. And then it starts to go into where there's more than one. There's Master did it, but really she did it to one-up the Doctor, like to throw him off guard. Not that she wanted to be a woman, she just wanted to give a shock value to him and and to kind of defeat him in a way that way. And also the General was actually regenerated into a woman, but was always a woman, which and then Capaldi's retro speech or retcon speech that, Gallifreyan society is so evolved that they just switch genders like tissues, and it's no big deal. And they've always done this, and they're so civilized that they have homeless dressed in rags from Victorian era on the streets while they're living in like a castle. Which, Moffat contradicts himself and makes himself look like an idiot sometimes. Are you happy? Were you happy with Moffat? Like, even though you don't like certain things he did, like, was there really some episodes that you really loved under him when he did the show running, like, of Matt Smith and then Capaldi?
Vincent and the Doctor is one. That was pretty good. And then I like the Pandorica. I like those.
Yeah, he wrote those, but he didn't write Vincent and the Doctor. But he's the showrunner, so I'm sure he put stuff in the script. But yeah, I like the Pandorica opens, the Big Bang. Yeah, those are cool. Yeah. Interesting stuff. Sometimes you got to really pay attention with his writing to what he throws in there because there's some stuff that pops up late. Now, let me ask you another question. When you watched him with Matt Smith from 11th Hour on, right, with Matt Smith's era, did you get the impression, like, will you just explain stuff already instead of, like, having plot holes? Did you get annoyed or angry that you expected it as a fan that every type of sci-fi show they have with the plot and then they resolve it and then they go into something new? Were you feeling like me that you weren't getting that you just was open-ended and no explanations, and after a while you lose? I mean, people could lose faith if the show doesn't answer questions that they bring to them. It's like wasting their time. Did you feel like Moffat was wasting your time when he threw all this stuff out there?
Yeah, I felt like when he got too much control, he felt like, oh, I can just do whatever the F I want with the show, That's when it just, for me,
I think one of the things that annoyed me was the fact that he never explained how Madame Crevarian was that powerful to project a ganger outside the freaking universe, so that way Amy could be connected with it, like outside the universe. That's it. An enormous amount of money, and besides money, probably was, but enormous amount of energy to basically project her consciousness outside the friggin' universe. I mean, that's like almost Omega could do it, Omega whatever, or something, but he never friggin' explains it, like ever. Just like the Weeping Angels, he created the Weeping Angels, he gave you the rules, and then he changed the rules with the friggin' Statue of Liberty, that everybody in New York's looking at it, and it's walking around.
Yeah.
So, after a while, every cast we did, we were like, and again, I didn't want to be, it wasn't like I was trying to hate on anybody, but you get frustrated as a fan when you're trying to see things to a conclusion and it doesn't conclude right, A lot of people are like, you're a hater, whatever. I mean, I did like stuff that he did too, though. And originally I thought he was a genius. I thought he was, fantastic, one of the best writers of all time, and then things changed. Like he just, I don't know.
Worst producers or the worst producer in Doctor Who history for now.
I mean, I never understood. You're a showrunner, and if you're a fan of Doctor Who and you want to bring somebody back from the classic series, why can't you just do it? But like, why are you now talking about, as a writer for the Target books, oh, I wish they brought this classic monster back? Well, why didn't you do it when you were in charge? That's my argument. Like, if I was in charge and I wanted somebody back, they'd be back. I don't know what the politics of it is, but he had complete control as far as I know. What do you want Jodie Whittaker to do? What do you want to happen?
Well, I want her to be, I don't want her to be too light, but not too dark. Kind of like a nice mix of the two.
Do you want her to have multiple outfits besides that one?
Yeah, that would be good.
Do you want her to be like a school teacher role? Or do you want her, like, how do you see she's going to treat her companions? Like, is she going to treat them like motherly or like friendship? Or is she going to be like immature? Is she going to be running around like...
It's probably going to be like motherly. It's going to be different though, since, the Doctor was always kind of like more like a grandfatherly type. So it's going to be different.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think it's going to be a situation where the companion's like, you can't go here because you're a woman? And she's like, oh, absolutely, I'm going there. They think they're going to do stuff like that? Okay.
I can see that. Yeah.
What villains do you see appearing with her?
I could see probably the Cybermen again at some point. It wouldn't surprise me.
We heard that the Daleks might be in the finale, which, that's no surprise if that's the case. I mean, there is a contract. They have to appear every freaking year. So, within a certain amount of time, whether it be seconds or whatever, they have to appear. I expect to see the Daleks, whether it be a full-on invasion or just a Dalek broken or something. Do you think anybody's going to die on her watch? Like any companions are going to flat out die? Do you think like Chibnall's rules are different?
Yeah, you never know. It could be like Earthshock all over again. They could do something like that. They could pull Earthshock on us and do that.
Now, what do you think Chibnall's time travel rules are going to be? Because we know that Moffat was using the Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure time travel rules, which is a parody of Doctor Who, because, you know, you're leaving notes for yourself, tripping over your own time stream, helping yourself out. I mean, it's just ridiculous. What do you think Chibnall is going to reestablish? I mean, do you think he's going to continue with the narrative fixed point in time, state of flux, a still point, or do you think he's going to do his own thing?
It could be a totally different thing, you know. I could see that.
You think Time Lord's going to be back?
That would be cool. I'd like that.
What do you want the TARDIS to be like inside?
I'd like it to like kind of look like, it would be cool if they can make it like kind of like a mix of maybe it'd be cool if they could have like elements of the Davis and McCoy control room. I kind of like that control room a lot. Now
the McCoy, as in like, not because you remember McCoy had a different TARDIS inside when he became the 8th Doctor. It was huge. Remember that? Like at the end, that was like freaking amazing, right?
Yeah,
so
very.
You're talking about the battlefield type TARDIS, like, you know, like that era, like, you know, rather than the later model. Okay, gotcha. I always liked Paul McGann, that big, huge, you know. That
I wouldn't like the big, huge one though either. I like that too. I like the elements of that too.
Are we going to see any rooms in the TARDIS this time?
It would be nice. Well, I remember they said a swimming pool back in a Tom Baker episode at one point.
Well, they said it with Matt Smith too. There's a swimming pool and there's different things. Okay, what do you think they need to do with Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, like to connect to the classic series and New Who? Like, I mean, do they need to continue on a story connected to that? Like, would you bring like Kate Stewart and Unit in and continue on from the last time they saw them?
No, I could see that happening.
Do you think she should remain on Earth for a while? Do you think she should be off Earth?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if they were going to do it like that, it'd be more like the John Pertwee era. If she was more on Earth all the time.
Do you think they should have a new villain for her that's like reoccurring?
Yeah, it would be cool to do that. I wish they would bring back. You know, another character I'd like them to bring back is the Valyard. Would be interesting.
I loved Valyard, man.
Yeah,
I loved. I mean, I was like, you know, they mention him in Name of the Doctor. You know, and he should be appearing. And again, he could be Doctor number 2472. I mean, it's somewhere between your 12th and final incarnation. So again, he could have unlimited regenerations. You don't know. Yeah, I would love to have that too. I wish the Dream Lord would pop up too.
Oh, that's a good character too.
And if you could establish that he was kind of an incarnation of the Master, because I kind of see him as before Missy. Like, I always felt that John Sim probably regenerated into, say, the Dream Lord, and then after the Dream Lord was Missy, I never felt he regenerated right into Missy. You know?
Yeah, I think so.
And it would be cool if the Dream Lord, I always say this over for years and years, but it would be cool if they say that the Dream Lord was the Master, because then Matt Smith would have his own Master. You know?
That would make sense. Yeah.
That would be great.
Yes, I'm guessing Eric Roberts, I'm guessing, was after Ainley, I'm guessing, right?
Well, we don't know if there was an incarnation after Ainley. Yeah. There might have been or might not have been. It looked like Ainley was getting executed, but we don't know.
Yeah, true.
So what villain don't you want them to have? Like, you just don't like, you don't want to see them again anymore. Well, they need a break.
Yeah, it's a tough one. There's a lot of good villains, so there's not.
Well, what villains are overused? Do you feel any villains are overused?
Maybe they overused, let's see. Well, they have used the Daleks a lot. I admit sometimes maybe they overuse them just a little bit in the new stuff.
Right.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of another one that they overused.
Oh, and just a shout out to the audience while he's answering that question. If you guys in the chat or whatever, if you guys want to ask David a question, just put it on the chat. I'm looking at it now. So, you know, and then we could do that.
Yeah, sounds good.
So go ahead, David.
Yeah.
And hi, Mr. Chaos JPW. That just said hi. Okay. All right. So, yeah. What do you think?
I guess the Weeping Angels maybe were just a little bit overused. Maybe.
If you had to create a villain, right?
Yeah.
What would your creation be?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm kind of working on a fan film Doctor Who thing. I'm trying to.
If you don't want, listen. Also, too, I don't want you to have any pressure. If you don't want to say what you would do for your fan film, don't. I mean, I could tell you what I would want to do, but I don't want you to feel pressure that you have to answer.
No, I want to hear your ideas.
I go back to Genesis of the Daleks,
right,
and how Davros had different experiments.
Sure.
And I would like to see, Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3 of different scientific experiments that were not the Daleks. Like maybe he's the reason for Colony Sarf with the snake, because we saw in Genesis Daleks those creatures that he was doing stuff with. So if he had to rely on his old creations,
sure,
in between having issues with the Daleks, whether there was like the faction war when Sylvester McCoy and he had to battle the other, or when he's just like they see him as a pet sometimes, and sometimes they see him as the creator. It's so weird, the relationship with the Daleks with him. But I would like to see a creation of his that gets out or gets expanded upon, where they get angry that their creator tossed them for like the Daleks, and maybe they become a huge threat for the Daleks, or
that's an idea. I like it.
I would as a writer write that, and I also would do something where I would have maybe, it could be a Dr. Light episode where a Dalek and a Cyberman are trapped on something, and they have to, like, somehow by the end of the episode they kind of merge into one type of new threat, like together, or they build something from their technology each into their own thing, like to deal with the situation until their reinforcements arrive or whatever, But I would like to see a cross between a Dalek and a Cyberman.
That would be good.
And I would also like to see bounty hunters. And I would like to see that maybe some races just don't like the Doctor interfering, and they're rich, and they're saying, you know what, just hunt him down and take him out. Like, it would be interesting to see that. Like, people chasing after the Doctor in the TARDIS. Like, sort of like Human Nature. Remember, like, that group that was, and the Doctor had become human and he was hiding out. But I would like to see where people have technology too. It's not just him with his time machine. They have stuff that like race him or go after him and try to, or they're not, like, they're able to follow him, or maybe they're trying to kill him, or maybe they're trying to do. I would like to see bounty hunters. I'd like to see like a race that, even though he helps out, he caused like problems for their civilization where it ended up in a bad way, and they just get angry. Like, you know what? Maybe we can't fix ourselves, but you know what? We're going to be bitter and nasty. We're just going to use our money and technology and pay these bounty hunters to go after this no good meddler. Like something like that. It would be like, or if he has like a bounty hunter that goes after him, and then bounty hunters are trying to get after the bounty hunter to go after him, because maybe there's like a thing, and he winds up befriending the bounty hunter, where the guy, he saves the bounty hunter's life, and then the bounty hunter is like his bodyguard. Because then, like, maybe one season, the Doctor needs a bodyguard because it's too many threats. I do crazy. I have all these crazy ideas.
Yeah, that's good.
But, I really want to see look, even though I wasn't happy with Jodie Whittaker, I really want to see her do well, and I want to see more as a one-year Doctor. Okay, Mr. KS JPW said, what was your thoughts on Omega? He was in the third Doctor's time. Yes, that's one of my favorite episodes, the Three Doctors, because Moffat kind of like used that later on. If you remember how the antimatter and the matter universe got canceled out, how they beat him. Moffat did that with Time Crash, with the Fifth Doctor's TARDIS exploding and the 10th Doctor's implode, whatever. Like, it canceled each other out. I really love that, because that's the first episode where there was multi-Doctor story. Okay, you had the third Doctor appearing with the second Doctor because of the Gallifrey, trying to get him to help himself to defeat Omega. And then they got the first Doctor, but then they almost had the threat of erasing the whole timeline because the first Doctor was trapped. Although, in real life, William Hartnell was sick. You know, so that is one of my favorites of all time.
Really
I love when I was a kid, like the voice, the deep, you know, the bigger than life villain that really had the Doctor at a disadvantage. Like this person could really take him out. You know, it's one thing for him to fight a regular villain, but when you're fighting something like Omega, the threat level is like right there, you know, and it's like, oh my God, I needed to team up with my other selves to beat this guy. It's like, that's what I like. That where the Time Lords are scared. Like, they were literally scared of him, like petrified, where they broke their own laws of time to deal with him. That's what I like. The conflict, the turmoil. Like, you know, like how far would they go to stop Omega? And it is. They would basically break every law of time that they had to save Gallifrey and save the universe. Right. And they would also work with the Doctor, who they can't stand half the times. But they would, you know, work with him anyway. So that is one of my favorite episodes, period. And Joe Grant interaction, Katie Manning interaction with Patrick Troughton, Brigadier, Sergeant Benton, like all of them interacting with each other in the TARDIS, all that stuff. And by the way, Patrick Troughton had the jelly babies before the fourth Doctor did. So he's like, would you like a jelly baby? He did say that in the episode.
I think I do remember that, yeah.
Yeah, so the second Doctor did say that first. Second Doctor was the first one that had the sonic screwdriver.
Very first,
you know? So, I mean, I really like that they weren't getting along. That was even better. That it was now they have to fight the greatest threat ever, but they can't get along.
Sure.
So they quit. Because like it's like a thing where if you ever look back at your past self and you said like, I can't stand when I did this and I can't stand I did that. So you naturally might fight with yourself if you were encountering yourself.
That would be something, yeah.
So the second Doctor and the third Doctor, the first time they meet their past selves, they fight. That was believable to me.
Yeah.
And also this whole new thing that there's another universe. There's an antimatter thing. Besides, I'm saying like from Inferno, the parallel universe. I'm talking about another universe that was just an antimatter universe. That was really, and even though the special effects were kind of like creepy, but you heard the sound like you know, they were gonna kill like unit members. So it was like, oh crap. Where even though they look ridiculous, these guys are gonna kill them. So you know, I gotta tell you, like when I saw. I'm probably going to buy the Omega figure probably in the past couple weeks because when I start talking about stuff that I love, I get passionate about it. I'm like, oh, I want to hold Omega in my hands. You know, it's like I actually really wanted him to be the reason that I always felt he was behind Madame Corvarian. That she had to have help. And being that he's the father of the Time Lords, he invented the TARDIS, he invented the time travel, that he basically had the power to project Amy Pond's consciousness in the Ganger. Only him. And I think that at some point in time, maybe they were going to do it, but then they realized for some reason they don't have the rights, which is the weirdest thing, because now they're not allowed to have Omega in Doctor Who, supposedly, and they can only have him in the K9 movie that's coming out in the movie theaters in a year. So I'm kind of bothered by it, that we can't have Omega in Doctor Who, but I always envisioned him to be the threat behind all of Matt Smith's years, that he was the reason behind everything. Like, he was the one that helped Madame Corvarian. He was all of it. And I also feel that maybe he was responsible, maybe he was behind the cracks, maybe he was this, maybe he was a part of that. You know, maybe he needed the TARDIS to explode with the cracks to basically open a fissure in the antimatter universe. Like, maybe that's it.
That would totally make sense. Yes.
But then that's my mind rolling and, you know, creating all these things. I also felt that maybe he engineered River's birth, that he put the thing through the time stream to make for him to go in.
Yeah.
You know? So, and also there's all these other outstanding things connected with Omega too, like, when are we ever going to see River going back to ancient Gallifrey to study the ancient language? Because they don't put that in the textbooks, and they don't put that in any university that she studies at. So she would have had to travel the past of Gallifrey to learn that.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting if she encountered Omega as well.
Well, they need to bring back Omega. been a long time.
That's basically the message. Bring back Omega. That's I'm sorry I'm chatting away. You're the guest, and we want to talk about you on here. So, but I did want to answer Mr. Chaos's JPW's question. He also says, "I love your videos. Thanks for answering my question. I can't wait to see some more videos." Yes, sir. Me too. You know, sometimes when we do casts, I don't ever want the experience of the subscriber to be unhappy. Like, I want them to be happy with what they see. Sometimes we have different opinions. Sometimes we're not happy with things. But overall, I want it to be positive. I don't want anybody to think that, you know, when we did the last cast, that we're like old sour grapes and, you know, blah, 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 we were choo-choo-choo crying and miserable, playing the violins. No. So after I made the last cast, I'm like, I was always going to do more for the anniversary. And then, you know, people have commented, you're not going to leave it like that, right? I'm like, no, don't worry. So I always wanted to have new people, too, for the anniversary specials like we're doing now, and new members and old members and different things. So I hope you guys enjoyed having David on here with us. And I hope you enjoyed it, too, David.
Yeah, I did. Thanks, man.
Anything you want to say? You got the floor.
All right. Let's see. It'd be awesome if you guys, you know, for whoever's not subscribed to mine, could check out my channel. That would be pretty awesome. Because I've been working on.
I'll put the link in the description.
Yeah.
So they can subscribe to you. So please subscribe to David. Now, what's your name? What's your name on? It's David. What's your name of your YouTube channel for them?
It's David Rosenthal Travels Through Time is my YouTube channel.
Okay, and that's your Google Plus also, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to give me a link, or I'm going to find the link, and I'm going to put it in the description to subscribe to you. And then you put out now, how many videos you have now? Because I've seen the first, like, 5 or 6, I think.
Yeah, I got 11 so far. The latest ones I did. Yeah, the latest ones I did some more Sylvester McCoy impressions. Then I did the Beauty and the Beast voice impression. Then I did the Point and the Spoons, and then some movie reviews.
Why don't you do reviews?
I just wanted to do it.
Whatever you want to do with your channel. You know, when I first created videos too, I started popping them out too, like videos. You know, get inspired. So I hope you'll join us for more the Whovians cast if you want.
Yeah, definitely.
And also, if you want to join us on the Everything Show, because it's not limited to just Doctor Who. If you like movies, comics, video games, horror, or whatever, you could join us on the other cast too.
That'd be awesome.
You watch other stuff? What stuff do you watch besides Doctor Who?
Let's see. I used to watch The Big Bang Theory for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But then after the 10th season, I don't know, the comedy just wasn't as funny.
You watch like Walking Dead, and you watch all that other stuff. Like you watch Ash vs. the Dead. You watch Game of Thrones when it's on. Is there anything?
Game of Thrones, and I do watch what is it called? Chicago Fire. Okay.
Is that the one with the guy from Arrows in it? Oh, no, that's the fire department thing. That's not the medical thing, right? I'm trying to think. Sharon my girlfriend watches that stuff. Chicago Fire and stuff. Okay, so I think my internet just crapped out. Oh no. Did we lose you, David? Are you there still? Hello? Oh no. My internet's gone. No. Is it my internet or your internet? Maybe it's my internet. I don't know if anybody's seen this live. Do you guys see me out there? Mr. KS, can you see me? Anybody? Oh, you back? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I lost you. I don't know if it was me or you, but this thing's bugging out. All right, so I wanted to do it longer, but obviously we're having issues. Yeah, I want you to have the floor. So just a couple minutes, talk about what you like to talk about, unless you want to, you know.
Okay. There you go.
Okay, like you have the floor if you want to talk about what you want to talk about before we get out of here.
Sure, yeah. So yeah, I was talking about, I like Chicago Fire. What else do I like? I like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's probably my favorite. And then I love the Christian Bale Batman films. Okay.
Are you into the new movies? Like when do you watch the Everything Show when we do that?
I watch some of them, yeah.
Okay. Are you into video games too?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah, I'm into like Mario and some other ones.
You have a Nintendo Switch, or do you have
I used to have a Wii, but it unfortunately went bye-bye. It died.
Yeah, I know. The Wii U, they put nothing out to. All right, so back to Doctor Who. coming back October, we believe, 10 episodes. Do you feel it should be more?
I think it should be. You know what? I think it should be like the old days where there was a lot more episodes in the old school days. Because even 13 was not enough, in my opinion.
I mean, I liked it when Russell T Davis had, you know, it was 13 plus Christmas special, and then they eliminated to 12 plus Christmas special, and then it got just weird sometimes. That's the whole point of it being a special. It's not a regular episode. Do you see any merchandise? Like, where are you from? Like, area?
Santa Cruz, California.
Oh, California. Okay. Do you have a problem looking for Doctor Who merchandise?
Like I'll see it at Hot Topic, like in the Capitola Mall and stuff.
Yeah, but it's dwindling though, right? Because I went to my Hot Topic. There's hardly anything there right now.
Yeah, they don't have that much. Just sonic screwdrivers. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Okay. Do you buy merchandise though, or you're just a fan of the show? Like you buy like the Titans, or?
I want to collect kind of the old school sonic screwdrivers, like from the 3rd and 4th Doctors. Would be cool.
Do you like the statues?
Yeah, those are cool.
Okay. Do you get like the books and stuff too? Like sometimes they have like the Book of the Time Lords, or they'll have like a. They had that. I bought the kid book, which was with Peter Capaldi. Now they're coming out with a Jodie Whittaker one. So you like that?
2 of the, was it the New Adventures, the Sylvester McCoy ones? I have a couple of those books.
And do you get the Doctor Who magazine sometimes?
Yeah, I try and get it like when I go to a comic book store. I buy one or something.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Chaos says Doctor Who versus Bad Wolf would have been a great Doctor Who villain. Oh yeah, you imagine if we got to see Rose Tyler as like Bad Wolf, but like, you know, maybe taken out of time, like while she's dealing with, that would have been great. Well, you know what, Mr. Chaos, like I'm reading the chat that we have for the internet, so like people putting their questions and stuff now. If you watch Penny Dreadful, she is the best villain. Watch that. Billie Piper as the villain. Incredible. When you see that, you're like, instant she can be a villain. Check that out when you get a chance. Somebody. But yes, I definitely think Billie Piper would be an unbelievable villain after I saw her in Penny Dreadful. That shocked me. And I was so proud of like what she's done. So all right, so David, you're in.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna be doing casts every now and then with my group. You're gonna be happy about that? Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Thank you, David. It's been an honor. Thanks very much. All right, guys. Check out his YouTube channel. I'm gonna put the link below. So stay in here, David, all right? We're just gonna go off here. Take care, bye for now.